During digital transformation in organization, the first 100 days are critical for setting the pace, attitude, and success with which your employees will adopt new digital tools. You have to learn fast, immerse yourself in the business, and go out to speak to your customers, suppliers, and partners. That's what we are gonna talk today. What you're gonna do on first 100 days. Let's hear the opening.
Welcome to the OTech Talks podcast, where it's all about working on technologies. You will hear the latest tech information, and your host, Kashif Manzoor, brings together product overviews, how-tos, best practices, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting techniques.
Welcome to otechtalks.tv. This is the session number 62, and we will be talking on your first 100 days of digital transformation. If you're new to the show, Open Tech Talks is your weekly sandbox for technology insights, experimentation, and inspiration, with the primary objective of learning and sharing with each other. Now, I will take the quote from the book The Age of Roosevelt, The Coming of the New Deal. During his first 100 days in office, President Franklin D. Roosevelt sent 15 messages to Congress, guided 15 major laws to enactment, delivered 10 speeches, held press conferences and cabinet meetings twice a week, conducted talks with foreign heads of state, sponsored an international conference, made all the major decisions in domestic and foreign policy, and never displayed fright or panic, and rarely even bad temper. That's the sum of the what President Franklin D. Roosevelt had done in first 100 days. From the book The Age of Roosevelt, The Coming of the New Deal, author. Now you may be, familiar with the concept of 100 days are critical for the success of an individual or any initiative. And if you're starting digital transformation in your organization, a challenge where you need to tune your plan to meet the new realities driven by the growing digital component of your organization. It's very critical, and it's become a very, very important that how you're going to manage your 100 days. So why a 100-day plan? Just to give you example, during election season in different countries, you may have heard from the leaders for setting up plan for first 100 days in the best way to seize this golden or fertile time for putting forth ideas and setting the stage for long-term success. And that's a common, during election, presidents or prime ministers or different politicians are putting forward to get the vote, to win the election, that what they're going to do in first 100 days. And that's really in our experience sets the tone of the government. Similarly, it's like a president or a prime minister or in an organization. If we will talk about in an organizational role, it's like a new CEO or a CIO or a CPO or CDO, whoever has joined in an organization. He also try to set a new tone or a new directions for an organization. So how you will handle the early days will make or break you. That's how a typical organization or typically human behavior is guiding us to set the rules. So maybe your power to influence change may never be greater, nor will your ability to get the resources you need during initial 100 days. You have a mandate, but that's why you were hired, or you were put in a place, or you got a position. Your opportunity to think through strategy with this much clarity is closing window. As a result, you need a plan to take advantage of this fruitful time. The nature of digital transformation makes leaders to execute and win the race. Your leadership need to bring down silos and foster collaboration from day one. You need to support a higher degree of experimentation with a higher failure rate. You need to design operations for higher degree of incremental learnings. So think of the first 100 days as the springboard from which you develop and execute your long-term vision. Fortunately, the first 100 days are also a honeymoon period for full of optimism, and you can afford flexibility or even the way you want to execute it or coordinate it. Now you think about a digital transformation journey or an initiative or a program which is being launched by your organization with the full support of your C-level leaders. So it's very important that how you are going to take advantage of these first 100 days so that business will continue as usual and you or your organization will establish a new routine. When I did a search on a plan or a program or insights that, okay, what should be done in first 100 days? So what I have got a number of resources on the senior leadership that, okay, if you're joining as CEO or CIO in your job, what you will be going to do in first 100 days of your tenure. Now, and I can correlate a number of guidelines on that one, and then I will put in a show notes, and we'll be going to talk on that one. The first thing which I discovered is it's not about your first 100 days. It's about even before when you start the 100 days check mark. So when you'll be starting maybe 2 to 4 months before your day one. So those days are important, are critical. That when you start a counter, that okay, 1, 2, 3. Before that, how you're gonna do it. Now, on this topic, what I have got, one white paper or report from Forrester, which they have interviewed more than 40 senior digital business leaders, and then they put together digital transformation your first 100 days with the title of. And if you will Google it, you will find it. Although it's on Forrester, it's a paid document, but number of other sites, if you just register on it, and then they are sending you the PDF document. So I got this document from the Forrester, which is Digital Transformation, Your First 100 Days. And I tried to take some summary from this document, and then I will put in the show notes so that you can download it. And they're also talking about the six top challenges or the 6 top lines that, okay, how you're going to take forward. So start with buy-in and commitment from C-level leaders. Identify pathfinder projects to build momentum with small wins. 3 is communicate early and often with everyone, not just digital leaders. 4, shift your firm's relationship with digital. 5, hire people who can help you embed digital into your organization. 6, challenge the status quo to drive collaboration with technology teams. Now, these 6 highlights or 6 steps in the Forrester Digital Transformation 100 Days are put together. And if I correlate this one, and I'm going to summarize it, that how all these 6, in which sessions we have covered it. So maybe you need to go back and you need to listen to some other sessions which we discussed during previous months, and those sessions are all talking about these key activities which Forrester has done it on the document. Now, another document which was quite solid or quite a comprehensive document is from IDC, and IDC also has published the first 100 days of an IT digital transformation project. Now, in the first 100 days, almost CIO's activities revolve around the integration discipline. IDC provides CIO's 100 days framework for an enterprise digital transformation plan. And findings of this study include into 2 broadly category or phases, which they categorize into. First is the preparation. And in the preparation, they said assess readiness, create a sense of urgency, engage an executive council team, create a strategic vision for your DX, for your digital transformation, develop strategic initiatives, design organization. So these are the preparation stages. And then in the implementation stage, communicate broadly, remove barriers, create short-term wins, and celebrate. And then institutionalize L3T in culture. So these are their 3D is their IDC's branding on the digital transformation, that how they are categorizing into 3 levels of digital transformation from their execution or a plan point of view. And if you search on the Google, then you will find out about the IDC 3T model. And then it's what the key message or takeaway from the document is that it's an iteration. So okay, you prepare, then implement, and then again iterate, and then start from the point one, just assess readiness. So it's like iteration 1 is where you build credibility, and iteration 2 is scale up, iteration 3 is broaden the scope. So all these 3 categories or divisions of the work, where you're going to talk about preparation guidance, then preparation guidance, and then the implementation guidance, and then is how you're going to do in the long term to achieve this one. Now, these 2 research are showing that what you need to do even before first 100 days of your digital transformation project. Now, what I believe the key action item is to clarify and strengthen your mandate. That's very important when you are starting a digital transformation journey. You need to understand what is expected from digital transformation and how you will measure. For example, with regard to new business capabilities or cost targets, automation levels, and projects to fix, set out your strategic posture or strategic vision for it. Where you're going to emphasize, so that you can deliver or enable that component in your organization. So to do that, you may need to go back and listen session number 52 on OTech Talks TV, how you will know digital transformation is achieved. So that's the KPIs or the measurement when you will even set after 100 days that, okay, this is my plan, and how you're going to measure it. Or maybe, it's important that you need to measure it every weekend or every, for example, every Friday or Thursday, based on your weekends. Otherwise on day to day, you will be pulled in 100 or 1,000 different directions. But you have to resist solving problems right away and tell to yourself that I have a plan. And then you make sure to look that 100-day plan every Thursday or Friday to track progress. And to progress is on which KPIs or benchmarking progress. That's where you will get some of the insights from how you will know digital transformation is achieved in session number 52. In that sessions, what are the why measuring digital transformation progress is important, what are the common KPIs to measure, and what are the frameworks available to define KPIs. So that's what was discussed in that session. And then now if we relink the IDC and Foster's of first 100 days of our digital transformation, and after going through both the documents, I can correlate, or I can do 100% sure that I can give you an example on that. We have already done a session, how do you start a digital transformation? And in that session, all these components are covered, For example, we spoke on the session that, okay, you need to have 6 steps of your digital transformation journey, and which are determine what digital means to your company. So these are the areas or topics or the action items which are even starting your plan from day one. Before that, why you need digital transformation, what is meant for you, and then establish your company how they will go to digital. Maybe you need to find key challenges, or if you have listened our other session where we spoke on a way to start your digital transformation, or you're gonna do it a digital maturity assessment, and those are the action items which you will be going to do before putting plan together of your first 100 days. So once you have done that one, that okay, you have done is determine what digital means to you, establish how your company will go digital, and then making or ensuring a buy-in from your board, C-level, or owner or founder of the organization, and then how you're going to do it. Maybe your partner, or maybe your organization, or maybe it's your key team, or a digital strategy team. Then preparing your organization or employees, your workforce for this transformation. And then you're communicating openly that, yes, this is the plan, this is the project, we're going to run through it. And then the topic is, okay, begin your digital transformation, where you're setting your execution plan. Now, in the execution plan, I like about the document of the IDC's 100 days, where they have given you 2 to 4 months before day one. And then in the preparation guidance, it has a step-by-step process. Okay, CEO assigns mission to CIO and the organization's IT division. CIO meets with the customers and partners, understand the experience, identify pain points, build relationships, business objectives, IT mission, IT metrics. So these are the action items. You establish your current challenges, build relationships, evaluate your options, and do what we call as a discovery phase, or a digital maturity assessment. So all these areas you're doing before starting your program or an initiative of digital transformation, maybe 4 months before, or maybe 6 months or a year before. And then you're gonna set up the executive council or a steering committee who's gonna take ownership of that one. And then you're gonna set the approvals for that. You need to identify what are the areas. Maybe you need to do some C-level leaders involved, workshops need to be done. And that's how you will be starting from day maybe 60 days before to 30 days, or maybe day one, and then before coming to the day one, where you will be launching your executing a project plan. And as we spoke in a number of sessions, there's no end to digital transformation as a whole, as an organization, but definitely within the digital transformation initiative, there will be small projects, there will be small quick wins. So those quick wins, you need to make sure you need to execute properly. And then in the implementation guidance, action items, the details, your CEO email, CIOs, and all that finalized communication plan, announce the incentives or your rewards, advertise the rules of engagements, publish your 100-day plan, launch a news collaboration or in social tool, so where you can collaborate, take inputs from your employees, and then design and implement level 1, level 2, level 3 organization structure. So now it depends on that, it's not an IT project. That are you working on transforming operating model? Are you working on transforming the customer experience? Are you working on transforming your business operations? So all these, based on that initiative, you will be defining your 100 days plan. Now, to just summarize it on our digital transformation first 100 days, what I want to recommend or suggest to you that you need to start with some good questions. That what are the key steps to address in my 100 days plan? Maybe this plan is a directional idea, or maybe a strategic, or how you want to see that one. How ready is the organization to take on the change? This depends upon varies organization to organization. Which stakeholders are key to success? You can't break down silos alone. You need someone on board. How do I best articulate and validate critical hypotheses? You need to be open, elaborate, and test during your 100 days plan. Are we opportunity, capability, or a leadership constraint? Critical insights as execution input. And maybe if I will recommend you, then you need to do before even starting your 100 days plan that there is another book which is famous from Harvard Business School Professor Michael Watkins, and in the book is the first 90 days. And these first 90 days is book describing or guiding an individual who's going on any new job, new role, or in any initiative or a plan which they're going to take it. And in this book they have asked some common questions that what do you want to keep, what do you want to change, what do you want me to do, what are you afraid I will do, what else do you want to ask me? So these are some interviewing questions are available as a guidelines from the book. Now, to summarize our topic for today, your 100 days are not like where you're executing any ERP implementation or an IT project where you have put each an action item on your project plan or a Microsoft project, and then you started from action 1, 2, 3, 4 onward. These 100 days are divided in your preparation, your execution, and setting the right direction of your organization to have a quick wins of your digital transformation initiative. Because if you will do a quick wins, then it will show, or it will prove that to the employees and to the stakeholders, to the leadership, that yes, there are some hanging fruits available, and then they are reaping the benefits of digital transformation. And eventually, this is an organization-wide initiative because it's going to target some of the key areas of an organization. And maybe it's just reinventing the entire operating model, or maybe changing the entire business model, directions, how they do and what you do it. So it's a major initiative. So these were some of the insights are on the first 100 days of digital transformation project. I hope you got some of the insights, details for you to execute and start and take some of the inputs from these documents. And then definitely you can put your own priorities or the key initiatives or milestones, how you want to achieve it in your organization. Thank you so much for listening to otechtalks.tv. And just to recap, this is as part of our digital transformation journey exercise where we are learning, and we have started from session number 39 till today was session number 62, where we have discussed what is digital transformation, from learning the basics to why it is required, how to overcome the challenges, how to win at digital transformation, what is for me as an employee, what is the role of enterprise architects in the digital transformation journey, how you will know digital transformation is achieved, human resources and digital transformation, how to make business case, and even what is all the common frameworks, how you're going to architect the operating model, how you're going to change from business to IT, information technology to business technology, where to start in an organization for digital transformation, what are the key benchmarks or KPIs, or how you are going to do the digital maturity assessment, which is your first phase of starting or initiating or even thinking about that you want to go digital transformation, because you need to have a discovery, you need to have a maturity assessment. So all these topics we have covered till now on the otechtalks.tv, all are available on the show notes, and you can go ahead and visit www.otechtalks.tv. Under the podcast menu, you'll find all the sessions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead. God bless you. God bless you.
Thanks for listening to the OTech Talks podcast, and be part of Tech Talks at otechtalks.tv. It's a turf to share ideas, insights, and innovations.